Hello and welcome back. And today I have a multimeter. It's from Philips. It's the PM2522, and I bought it as a part unit, which means it's broken. According to the seller, it was giving funny readings, and after that it completely switched off. He never answered my question if he took out any parts, so that is going to be a little bit a surprise, but let's look for the service manual, and if I find it, by the way, I put it in the link below, so you can also download it if you need it. And let's see what's going on with the unit. Well, first we need to connect the power, of course. This arm is a bit loose, so maybe it's been opened before. There is a compartment here, and way in the back there is the power connection, so let's see if it even powers on. Now it's a start. Let's put. It is actually nice because you can put your test cables in here, so I think you can it's also portable. Maybe it's also not that heavy, so I think they thought of it as a portable unit. Well, let's nope, nothing happens. I think behind these things are, let me take out the power first. I think behind here are fuses. Yes, there are. So let's have a look if they are good. Well, the fuses measure correct. So we need to open the unit. I will start cleaning first because look at this. It is dirty with dust and everything, and I just like to work clean, so I will do that first and come back. Okay, well, opening is a little bit of a trick, but I found it. Unscrew the two screws on the back. You open the battery compartment, and then here you can see two black points, and what I do, I just let's do the other side first. You can put your screwdriver in between the battery compartment, and then it unlocks, and the same you do here. So, and then you just open it, because here there are some hooks, so you just slide it up, and here we have it. Well, it looks like it has been wet, so that is one of the problems, so we should clean it. Yeah, it seems everything is still there. Yeah, let's check the power supply first. Well, I found the schematic diagram. I am here zoomed in on the power supply. You can see it's quite complicated. It has a lot of yeah, different voltages. Here it has the -19, -19 here. It has the +12, it has a -12, it has a +5, and here, so also it goes out. I have a -9, I think, but it doesn't say volts, so I'm not sure. Here, and well, there is a fuse, so we're going to check this fuse too, and then we're going to measure if we can find the test points, if yeah, if we have the correct voltages. So let's see. Oh, I now took off all the covers, and yeah, it is old electronics, my god. And I already made little modifications, and yeah, it's not that clean, but well, we're just gonna find out. We're just gonna measure the power supply, and that's it. No? Well, here is the fuse in the bottom right there, so we can just measure it. We can do it in circuit, because if it's very high, then it's probably broken, or so. It's now in overload. That means full 0 ohms. Well, we connect, and yeah, well, if you can see, it doesn't say 0 ohms, so that probably the fuse is broken. So I'm just gonna replace it. It is 0.1 amp, I think, what it says. Yeah, 0.1 slow T. So let's replace that one, and then we see. I have a box with fuses. Some are of course too strong, 6 amps, 3 amps, that's too much. Yeah, so I'm just gonna look through it, but I need my my light, because these fuses are as old as my eyes are, so I need to loop, and I will check if I have a value close enough, and I will come back. Well, I found 0.2, which is close enough, and it's also not crazy high. So I connected the power. It's a bit tricky because it's all loose, but we're gonna see. So or the fuse will blow immediately again, and then we need to look further, or we're just gonna see what happens now. So here it goes. We have a reading. Cool. And yeah, as the guy mentioned, it didn't display that well. So okay, I'm gonna put the power plug a little bit safer, and then we're just gonna see. Okay, now it has been switched on for a while. Well, I did put some tape as protection. I'm not proud of it, but at least it cannot touch the circuit board, so we just need to be careful. Don't try this at home. The digit that was not working now started working again. That is a nice surprise also. The reading is indeed off. It says -4, and but it does give a reading, because if I now go to 12 volts, it says 8.8, so it's still those 4 volts off. So maybe we can just fix it by adjusting. But the good thing is I do have a reading, which I like a lot, and so most of the electronics seem to work. It's just that it's off, and it's not weird because there is a lot of corrosion on the board. So maybe we can just do a lot by cleaning. But first I want to check if all the power, all the voltages are there on the power supply, because if we are missing a voltage, then it's using the wrong reference, and then it also will be off. So I'm going to look if I can find the test points to see if all the voltages are there. Okay, well, first of all, what I noticed on the power supply is it's getting very hot, and that's usually something is wrong. So, but I measure here on the test point D, and I should have -19. I have -20, so that is more or less good, because we have 1.5 deviation, so that is good. This should be 11 plus or minus 1. Well, it's 12 and a bit, so we have here -11 plus or minus 1. We have -12 and a bit, so that is more or less good. But on the -5 volts that I have here, I actually have +5 volts. So I need to see if I'm measuring correct, but otherwise that would be really weird. But we do have a difference of 5 volts, so let's find out. Okay, I didn't do too much. It turned out I was measuring on the wrong point, and that's why the voltage was -5 instead of +5. I just continued the cleaning. As you can see, it is almost like new. A lot of oxidation on this area. I used my flux cleaner for that, and it's multi-purpose and it's supposed not to leave any residue. For the switches there was also a problem. These push switches, I used WD-40. It is not the standard WD-40, it is the professional contact cleaner version, so don't use the normal one. So then I put it back together. The display also is just push-in contact, so I just cleaned that to push in. Did the same for the switch plate, because I took the top off just to have a look. I measured some of the capacitors and they don't seem to be short circuit, so that is also not a problem. But the display also looks a lot better with the measuring. Here I connected the power, and the display is really bright, and instead of saying 5 volts it just say 0.1. Well, it's not connected, it's not short circuit, so it will do. Here it does say 4 volts again, so maybe that is just adjusting on the other settings. I don't know. I'm just gonna try to go through the calibration procedure and see if we can get it better, and if we can't, we dive again into it. But I'm very positive because it looks already a lot better. Yeah, between the test point 9 and that is this strip here, right here, the last one closest to the transformer, I put here a clip to measure, and between that and the test point, point A, I should have 5 volts. When it's switched on, of course. And here we have it. That is 5, I would say. 4.997. Oh, now it's even 5.00. So that is 5 volts, I would say. Then we have another point, and that is the oscillator. Because the thing is sampling, no? So it has an oscillator, and the oscillator is should be like 8K. And well, it says approximately 8K. So apparently it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I still like it to have it good, so I'm adjusting, and it's now 0.05, and I will just a little bit more just to have it exactly on the correct frequency. Yeah, I'm looking now at my oscilloscope. For you it's hard to see, but yeah, it's now 8.07, so they say approximately, so that's good, good enough. Yes, I was not able to fix it this afternoon. It feels a bit weird, but yeah, at least we found out a few things. First of all, it does look a bit better. We can switch it on and off, and that was not the case. We only replaced a fuse, so that's not a real gain. But the gain is really that the display is fully working. And what I also did find out is, even though the measure is not good, if we, it's now 2.7, but if you look at this, if you go to, it says 27.3, and it's almost 20.9, so we have this the same difference that we had before. But when I push the switch, nothing actually happens, only that the dot moves. And the thing is, with these old meters, these switchers don't just switch one thing, they switch and the dot and the op amp and well, they switch at least 6 things, and one of these things is not switching, and of course if you push here it will go in overload. Here it says again 2.7, but here it says the same, but it only moves a dot, so that is actually kind of, here it does what you expect it to do. And the other thing is that that it's still, the 5-volt supply is still getting very hot, and that also raises a flag. So we're gonna stay with it like this. But there is positive things now. It's switched on, the display looks great, it's all clean, and the service manual is down below. So if you have any tips, I'm very welcome to receive those. So well, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time.